else. So when you're talking Carolina, ain't nobody else. I'm the Superman, sorry Cam, I did it first. A couple CDs selling, I don't really see a nurse. It's a gift, glad I recognize the first. On a different level, you don't wanna see my past. I'm getting money now, you don't wanna stop the cash. I'm in my zone now, I'm everything they talk about.
Yeet. You already know what it is. It's your boy Chance. Rook's in the house. Very special guest, my man Anwar. Number one, or to me, one of the number one battle rap analysts, vlogger,
Appreciate that.
whatever you want to say, on Champion, on Caffeine, there's all that, but you can tell them about yourself, Anwar.
Yeah, man. Well, first of all, thank y'all for having me. Thank you, Chance. Thank you, Rook. Shout outs to y'all, man. I mean, I'm happy to be here. It's always good to politic with, like-minded folks who just want to talk some battle rap shit. You know what I mean?
All right, so before we get into it, shout out to Rook. He's sporting, you know what I'm saying, the rebellious wear. That's my joint right there. It'll be in the description box. You want to copy it. You know what I mean? Subscribers, the YouTube, Apple, Spotify, all you. We appreciate y'all. Cash App gang, Patreon gang, we appreciate y'all. But let's just get right into it. When did you first get into battle rap? Like, what was it for you?
All right. So it's kind of like a story in two halves. Just watching battle rap was just living in Philly. We had the Too Raw for the Streets, all that shit. Obviously, Smack DVDs. I live in an area of Philly was considered uptown, but I know people all over. And like 52nd and Market was pretty much where it was. 52nd and Market, which is like West Philly, and then Broad Knowledge, which is uptown. But we would sometimes get shit late. Like everything was at 52nd and Market. So one of my homies actually used to live like 55th and Walnut, I think it was, right near a strip club. So going down his crib, watching the DVDs and shit like that, like that's where it was just dope. You know what I'm saying? It was obviously hip hop, rap, shit like that is always cool. But seeing, the Smack DVD shit, like I remember, Murder Mook and Party Artie, like you seeing that. And then also, watching the content on the DVDs too. Like everybody would skip to the end to watch the battles, but I mean, we paid the $5 for the DVD. We would usually watch all of it as well. So that was that. And then once URL formed and they started having the events, obviously watching the Jones on YouTube and shit like that. And it was funny because I watched Jay Black's reactions most of the time before I actually watched the battles. And it was funny because I see how people could say like, nowadays in the Caffeine era where they're like, oh, you can't say certain things because you influence people. Because if I'm keeping it a bean, if I'm watching the Jay Black reactions to a battle or whatever, then I go watch the battle. Like I'm already in my head like, man, that shit was whack. That shit was ass. Like, yeah, you got 30. Like, nigga, dog walked you. Even if I didn't necessarily, like, it was like pre-programmed.
Yeah.
But the first event that I went to, the actual URL event, because I used to go to, like, they would have battles in, it was this Chinese store on Walnut Street out West Philly and a laundromat. And, like, you could just pull up at any time and niggas would just be in there. You know what I mean? Yo, you rap? Yeah. Oh, all right, well, let's get it. And you know what I mean? People come around, and this is before, camera phones. So you had one nigga out there with the little handheld palm quarter, hoping to get some footage that he could send the Too Raw for the Streets or Smack and get it on there. But the first event that we went to was Unfinished Business 2. And the reason behind that, so Rita and I were dating, and I didn't know that she was into battle rap. It wasn't until NWX versus Gun Titles, the first battle. So when it got announced, I'm talking to my friends about it. She's talking to her friends, but it's separate. One day we're together, and I guess one of her friends called her. So I don't remember like how it exactly came about, but I'm sitting right there when she's talking about like, yeah, Tay-Rock and them, they about to smoke K-Shine, and them like, I can't wait. And I'm looking over like, hold up, what when you say Tay-Rock about to smoke K-Shine and them, like, what exactly do you mean by that? And she was like, you don't know nothing about no battle rap. Like, what? So we start going back and forth.
So that's the day you proposed?
No. But so now her and I are going back and forth leading up to the battle. battle happens. You know what I'm saying? If I keep it a bean, I stand firmly that gun titles has 0 wins in completed battles. Okay, you can't deny that. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? However, the first battle, we know how it was going. And if K-Shine, shout out to my bro K-Shine, made the executive decision, you know what I'm saying? Battle over, as Smack said. So it is what it is.
Was about to happen, right?
Huh?
The scuffle was about to happen.
Yeah. Executive decision, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, this ain't going the right way. We gotta do something here. We gotta get out of this. So it is what it is. So when they announced that the rematch was gonna happen, now I know Rita's into it. I'm like, oh no, fuck that. We going. Like, it's in New York. We go. I bought the tickets and we was talking shit. Like, I mean, we're in a relationship, but I mean, we was going at it. Anytime that event came up, we going at it. And there was some other battles on the card. We really didn't give two shits. It was what else was on there? It was Big T and John. What else was on that card? I think that's when Math battled T Top, if I'm not mistaken. Or that might have been the next event. Either way, because we went to 2 of them back to back. But we go to that, John, and like once we got there, we was both comfortable watching the shit on YouTube, watching the DVDs.
Yeah.
But once you've been in the building and you see the energy, your experience, like just again, the camaraderie. Battle rap is a niche sport. But when you get there and there's 1,000 people who are all there for the same thing, like it's just, you form friendships and bonds and that was it. We've been going to events ever since Unfinished Business too.
Yeah, I get that. I used to do music, hence the joint in the back.
Okay.
But the studio's mad different than doing the show and then having your peoples like Rook come through and support, know the words and shit and shit is fine. Would you say you're part of the old school or new school?
I would say part of the new school, but I don't abandon my old school roots. I get into a lot of trouble, a lot of arguments all the time. Ace, shot by the crib yesterday. Shout out to Ace. And we was arguing like, you choke, it's over. You can't win the round. So like, and I'm kind of, my feet are dug in the sand on that one. It doesn't matter. Charlie Clips was one of my favorite battle rappers. Charlie Clips lost to Geechee Gotti. I'm sorry. Everybody can say what they want, how great the freestyle was. It is what it is. Rum Nitty versus K-Shine. Shout out to Rum Nitty's 3rd round. Phenomenal material. He choked. It's a 3-minute round. And I remember we timed this shit on Champion because I wasn't having that shit. He choked. It was 1 minute and 32 seconds of trying to get it back. In a 3-minute round? Oh, no. Oh, no. So, but as far as I do like the structured material, the time to prepare, the tailored material. I like personals in a sense of directly attacking you. I don't really care who your baby mom is, how much your child support payments are, whatever. But if I'm talking about you used to work for a record label, you got a clothing line, and like I'm here for that. So, the generic bars.
You bust out the Walmart vest.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what I mean? Stuff like that. That was cool. You see it all the time. So there's ways of being personal. Like K-Shine is one of my favorite battle rappers, obviously. If you look at K-Shine, he rarely goes personal, but he's usually direct, which, you know what I mean? It's a way of doing that. So, I'm not going to sit here and front Big K versus Adi Boom. I was tuned in just like everybody else. Like, oh, shit, let me go ahead and Google, like Big K said. Even going back, DNA versus Tech 9. DNA had that round. Let me go ahead and Google. But if I were to be a battle rapper, like, I don't think that's an angle I would ever take. I'm not trying to get nobody personals that deep.
I side with you on that, man. As far as the old school mentality is concerned with certain things, like as long if it's really just direct, I don't really care about your baby moms either. Right. I don't care about that other stuff, but we get at you and you used to walk around with the squeegee and everything. Like I'm all for it. Like, full on attack.
Yeah, exactly. I'm A-okay if you want to talk about somebody clothes, how they dress, click hopping. If you was in this group and you joined that group, I'm all for that. What else? Just whatever. If you broke, like, what I mean, you fronting on the internet, what I mean, about whatever, like, I'm all for that. And again, like, I have to be honest. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm not entertained. Ryder versus Mike P. crazy, crazy round. Mike P versus Danny Myers, crazy, crazy round. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, it's like I accept that part of it, and I know that that's part of the new wave. Back in the day, you just pulled up, and whoever ran out of rhymes lost.
Yeah.
So,
No, I like that it's evolved. Like if I'm keeping a buck. When I used to watch it, it was obviously Murder Mook. It was obviously Loaded Lux. But then I like kind of deaded it for a while. And I think some chick had asked me, she was like, you watch battle rap? And I was like, nah, not really. Like, I ain't really into it like that. And then I started watching, I think, I know it was a Shine battle, but I don't know who was it against. I watched Shine. And when I started watching Shine, I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
yeah.
And I just started seeing him like killing people. And I was
Yeah.
like, it's crazy. And then I watched the Tay Rocks and I watched the other shit, but the way that it evolved, and no shade, but I watched early Surf when he was actually killing it, bringing it around.
Right. Yeah, early Surf now is as great as he is because of the groundwork that he put in. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you go watch, whether you say he won or lost, Surf versus Hitman, Surf versus Khan, like, Surf was even Surf versus Big T. Most people had Big T winning that battle, but Surf was Surf. Like, you know what I mean? So
I think Surf is like my man Rook always says about the Knicks. You're gonna pay to see the Knicks regardless, so it don't matter what you do. So I think
that's a fact.
the Surf knows he's gonna get the bag. So it's like I really thought the Surf versus Loaded Lux was gonna be classic.
Me too.
I was hoping it was
You're
gonna
gonna get this work.
like,
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be classic, and he dropped the ball.
Yeah, I bet on Surf on Champion. We were talking about it. Now, this was back in January when it was supposed to be on a big stage and all that. And but yeah, on Champion we had a conversation, and Dre and Jay Black had Lux and I had Surf. I'm like, man, 2,000 people, Surf will go up there. It's gonna get crazy. Like he had just had the Geechee battle, in the big room. Obviously he had the Reed battle after that, but he had the Geechee battle. Like, yo, 2,000 people, Surf gonna come up there and put on like Lux. It's gonna get different, man. And
No, I love Lux. I think Lux is a GOAT, obviously, but I think Lux it depends whose opponent he's going against and like what kind of setting it is. Because Lux ain't for everybody.
Right, that's a fact.
So depending on who it is and what the setting is whether I think he'll win. Like I know he'll out rap somebody.
Right. He gonna out rap almost anybody.
Yeah.
But that might not be enough to win the battle.
And K-Shine,
I'm hoping that it happens, but I know that it's not going to. K-Shine is over the Harlem on Harlem battles. So, it just is what it is.
So let's talk about the battle that you lost to me. Murder Mook. And Tay Rock. How'd you feel about that one?
So again, story of two halves. Watching it live, I had Rock first and second. Like watching it live, we did a watch party. We did a pre-show. We watched it and we went live right after. Like right after, I was like, yo, like I hear what people saying about Mook this, Mook that, but I had Rock first and second. Then watching it back, I ended up edging Mook in the first. So like on a watch back, I had Mook first and third. However, I will say this. Mook's third, as tailored as it was or is, depending on what side of the fence you're on as far as this whole audio thing, I look at it like this. I felt like Tay Rock had 30 this whole tranny conversation when him and Miss Hustle went back and forth. He offered Miss Hustle, bread to pull up the audio.
Yeah.
Then, Mook says in the battle, like, it's dropping this day. I remember, shout out to Mickey Fax. I was on Twitter after the battle happened, and people were saying, like, yeah, still no audio, this, and that. And Mickey Fax says, oh, it's dropping. Then it never drops. I'm sorry. If I come on here and I say, yo, Chance be walking around in dresses, and I got pictures to prove it. All right, I might get everybody to be like, yo, that nigga walking around in dresses. But at some point in time, like, if there is no proof, now you have to look at that angle again and say, okay, even if it's not true, is it still as effective? And for me, it's like, I don't think so, but I can't be mad at someone, regardless of whether it's true or not, someone just saying like, it was so effective. Like, I think it did visibly shake Rock up. But in my mind, I think it shook him up because he's really standing there going, really? A fucking again? Here we go again. Like, But at the same time, you know, it's battle rap, so anything affects you, it just is what it is.
Yeah, I think it definitely shook him. But I'm with what you said. Like, if someone brings it up over and over and over, unless this angle has like definite proof, like we
Right.
see what it is, I don't care to hear the same shit over and over.
Right. Arse does not drive a school bus.
Using the same shit as ammunition,
Yeah.
but you firing blanks.
Right. Right. Like a good example, JC dancing for Chris Stokes. Okay. Anybody at this point, has been,
That shit was
you know, yeah, but it's been done over and over and over and over. But anytime somebody wants to bring it up, there's that YouTube video. It's still out there. Arsenal does not drive a school bus. DNA's mom is not retarded. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's certain things that people have said, and it's just not true. And it's been proven to not be true based on nobody's been able to prove that it is. So, you know,
like
it is what it
Like if
is.
somebody battles Mike P, I don't want to hear about Shorty again. Like,
Right.
Like we got the angle, it was cool at the moment, but
right. It's over and done with. It's over and done with. Unless that's the thing, though. If Mike P, if there are certain people that if he battles them, you know it's going to come up because that's what he battles. Arse, it's going to happen. He battles T-Top, it's going to like he battles an angler, like it's going to be brought up and probably presented in another way. I think Rada really, you know, got crazy with it, and then Bill took it and transformed it into something else. I mean, bro, like
Bill evolved.
Yeah, anytime somebody says unfollowed, it's like she like that ain't gonna make her unswat. Like it goes together. It's peanut butter and jelly, man.
What yeah, I'm not a fan of Arsenal, but I think it's because he does his job. Because he's just mad disrespectful.
Yeah,
I can't see myself being in front of him taking that shit. Like when he brought out the video camera with Shorty.
Yeah, that was wild. That was wild. Shout out to Jay Black though. I won some ice cream on that battle because you know Jay Black he was confident in Arse. And I don't know that he knew anything, so I can't say that. But we was going back and forth, and Black is very, very humble and chill. And when we're going back and forth about who's going to win the battle, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm telling you, like, Art's going to get T-Top out of there. Like, it's going to be over for T-Top." This and I'm like, "Bro, you really saying this shit to me? Like, all right, well, what you want to do?" So we put some, you know, put a little friendly wager up. And when the first round happened, the good news is, like I expected Arse to have just like almost an unbeatable first. I didn't know what it was going to be, but I knew that he was going to have something in that first.
So I don't think you've seen the Rook. Shorty, he brought out T-Top baby mom.
Yeah.
Like giving dome.
Yeah. Literally on camera. Yeah, it was wild. But in the second round, so Rook, just to catch you up, in the second round, T-Top basically explained it. Yeah, he got a baby with Shorty, but bottom line, she was literally just a piece of ass that he got caught out there, let one go. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. Like, it wasn't his girl. She was never his girl or nothing like that. But still, like, that first round from Arse, like, anybody, whether you love your baby mom or if it was the neighborhood hojo and you was the last nigga to bust, like, whatever it is, if you got a baby with Shorty, that's going to be an effective angle. But the way T-Top flipped it in the second.
T-Top did battle back, and I was surprised.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Eminem did in the second?
I don't know, but he did his thing. Because after the first round, I said, "Oh, this shit over."
Yeah, that was.
And then T-Top came with some haymakers.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah. What he said? He said she was on you, dog. I was Chris Brown in that pussy. I'm talking wall to wall. That shit, like, I'm trying to tell you, it's a fire battle. If you don't have the app, check it out.
No, it's definitely dope. How do you think battle rap's changed? Like as far as the no crowds, last era, new era, like where do you think it's at?
Well, two separate questions. The crowd situation, I mean, with the COVID pandemic, unfortunately, just is what it is. You know, I've been fortunate and blessed enough to still be able to be in the building for some of these events. But I think it's really, to be honest, it's highlighting the part of the culture that I think people were actually complaining about a couple of years ago. You know, people are saying, shout out to Cassidy. He was talking about battle rappers nowadays and, oh, they can throw their hat up in the hair and pop lock and all. Now, that doesn't matter. You could literally throw your hat in the air, pop lock, and nobody's going to care. It just is what it is. Like, you still have to be able to rap. And I think you're getting people like Chilla Jones. Shout out to Chilla Jones. Phenomenal pen.
Right.
Always has been. Nothing's changed. His pen is just as great today as it was 2 years ago, 5 years ago. But people want to see him now because you're forced to listen. Chilla Jones on a Gnome or Summer Madness in front of 2,000 people was never something people were clamoring for. Imagine B-Dot and Chilla on Volume 6 is something everybody's talking about. Imagine if we were not in the COVID room and that was on Summer Madness. People would be, oh my God, it's the bottom of the card. Nobody wants to see that bathroom break. That's what people would be saying because they didn't appreciate the penmanship. So, you know, now being in the COVID era, the URL caffeine bubble, like you're just forced to appreciate the bars more. So I like that. And I hope that when the world opens back up and, you know, COVID goes away and we're able to have big events, I hope that they keep the bubble. I hope that they have, you know, 1 or 2 events a year in that bubble where, you know, it's 20 people. You know what I mean? Just like even more intimate than the volumes.
They should do like a Super Bowl type shit. Like,
yeah.
Like every event that they have, because, you know, Euro has a lot of events. Like every event, they'll keep it in the bubble. But like when you have that card, that's what you have it like in front of everybody. And that should go crazy.
That's what I say. If the volume setting, so 50 to 100 people max, was your Born Legacies, your Survivor Series, et cetera, and you break out the big stage for your marquee events, your Summer your Summer Madness, your Gnome, if you do a 2-on-2 event, you know, Summer Impact or Double Impact, whatever they call it, and maybe one more marquee event. I think my personal opinion, they should have 4 just mega events every year. That's one every 3 months.
Yeah.
It gives the fans time to save up money, get their travel and all that. Like, you know, it does. I think that would be great.
And it gives you what you want.
Yeah.
The bubble's going to give you the bars, and then the show's going to give you the show.
Right, exactly. We get to see the Space Jam dunk in front of 2,000 people. Imagine that in the bubble. Like, I mean, at home, people probably still react to it, but it doesn't hit the same. You know what I mean? So,
I think with the transition, I think that's kind of why Pat Stay isn't in a good spot.
Okay, we're on the same page. Go ahead, continue preaching, sir.
I mean, Shine already murdering everybody. Like, if he don't get Champion of the Year with y'all, I don't know what's happening over there, but
it's the fan vote. It is the fan. The fans have most of the vote. You know what I mean?
Even though I'm a Kobe dude, they're doing Shine like LeBron, because he should clearly have it, because he's arguably undefeated for 3 years.
I would agree.
You know what I'm saying? So the way he is now, and I love Pat Stay, like he's dope.
Yeah,
but he's a showmanship. Like everything he does is for the crowd, and when he does that, what is it? Look at you go.
Look at you go. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But it's for the crowd, though. You know what I mean? There's no crowd. Now it's just like, talk to me.
Right.
Sean's going to talk to him.
These are things that I know. I can't wait. Today is Tuesday. Thursday, I'll be.
And Sean's been waiting.
Let's say not home. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Like, bro, the thing is this: Pat Stay. I don't. It's always fucked up in battle rap because if you take person A, people will then assume that means you don't like person B. And that's not the case. Pat Stay is one of the most entertaining and one of the hardest people to beat in battle rap in front of 2,000 people. I am curious as to how Pat Stay is going to deal with K Shine in that room. K Shine has still been able to perform in that room, and he's stepping his pen game up. And you know, you look at the chess battle. I have Shine 3-0. You want to give Chess a round, go right on ahead. I'm not mad at that. But you're not going to tell me Chess won.
I had a 30 clip.
Yeah. And the thing is, Chess was good in that battle. Like everybody, it's like, oh, so since this person won, that means the other person was trash. No, like Chess was phenomenal.
Shine was so good that it made it look like, I don't know why you won against Chess. Like for what?
And Shine hit him with the Roy Jones like y'all must have forgot. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't that they was nobody. I just made them look like nobody.
Yeah, it was unfair.
Yeah.
Chess was doing his thing, and not that one.
Bro, Stranger Danger is still one of the craziest bars from that battle.
I'm trying to zip through because I know you got to rock in a minute. What's a matchup you would want to see, like a fantasy type John?
Um,
If we could ever
man,
put it together, like
that, that
actually it could happen, but numbers talking shit like that.
oh man, okay. People are gonna lose their mind when this drops, but I'm gonna say it. New Jersey Twerk versus Loaded Lux, and the reason why is Twerk's pen is really underrated. I think like he gets it's when he flashes the pen and has 3 rounds, people talk about how great it is. But because he had so many performances with 2 rounds or 1.5 rounds, that is the conversation. Twerk's pen is crazy, and Lux's pen is crazy. And the thing is, so I would put Lux's pen over Twerk's. Let me make that clear for people. Clip this up. Lux has a better pen than Twerk. But the separation in Lux's pen and Twerk's pen versus Twerk's stage presence and performance and aggression over Lux's, it's really neutral. So I would want to see that, and I want to see it in front of a huge crowd, because when you see Lux, whether it's a big stage or not, you know that you have to be tuned in. You know to listen. So now you're gonna have to listen. It's basically the Lux and Surf all over again. Just hoping that Turk has 3 rounds. Like, I think it would be a crazy matchup. I think it could be, legacy defining for Twerk. Lux's status. He could literally go up there, rhyme his ABCs, and he's still Loaded Lux. But I think it's legacy defining for the newer era. So I would want to see that, and something more realistic. I want to shout out the ladies. Um, this is just because I would like to see how the conversation goes. It's humorous to me. Yoshi G versus Farah. I would like to see that. I think it would be highly entertaining. You know what I mean? Like, I like to be entertained, and every battle doesn't have to be lyrical miracle. How many ways can you say the same word? Sometimes shoot a motherfucker in the head, like Tay Rocket, like gun bar him to death, and Yoshi and Farah's case, like, they both gonna talk that nasty shit, talk that freak shit. Like, I want to see how that plays out. Because Yoshi had a great performance.
The ladies are nice. They're killing it right now.
Yeah,
How do
yeah.
you feel about that? The cross gender rapping battle.
The intergender battle, I'm for it. Like, but I think the matchups have to make sense.
You gotta be better.
Like, what'd you say?
You gotta be better. Yeah.
Yeah, like, you can't just do this guy versus this girl just because it's a guy and a girl. You go back and again, this always happens, but it is what it is. Twerk versus Miss Hustle was a crazy battle. They're both physically imposing against their normal competition. They're both creative and aggressive. So when you look at that, you had Shine and E Hart, which was, I thought, going to be better than it turned out to be. I mean, I had Shine winning, but I thought E Hart was going to be better than she was. Clips and Couture, because of the relationship status, whatever. But, like, I would like to see Clips versus somebody like Vixen. I want to see him in that style clash. Clips likes to go up there and joke and make fun of stuff. Vixen going to talk that shit to you. You know what I mean? You see how it happened with the DNA battle.
Vixen is crazy.
Vixen is crazy. Vixen is crazy.
She made me happy.
So pretty much that style be kind of like how the jokes match up with somebody just coming at your throat.
Right. Exactly. It's like, how will, because Clips can take different bag. Like, Arsenal versus Official is a perfect example. Arsenal, Mr. Disrespectful. Everybody and their mother was thinking Ars was going to talk about Official titties for 3 rounds. Myself included. That wasn't it. He went up there and rapped with Official. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, like, he went up there and rapped with Official, which, so I want to see people be able to get into just stylistic matchups that, if Ars would have gotten disrespectful, I wanted to see how Official was going to handle somebody literally up there pretending to touch her tits or something like that. Like, so, fortunately he didn't. Let's make that clear. But, I like stylistic matchups when it's the intergenders.
Yeah. Let Let me hit you with our 4 questions so we can wrap it up.
Oh, wait. Before you do that, can I ask you a Philly question?
Sure.
Kid growing up in New York, they got mad Philly rappers that were really good, and we ain't never gonna forget them, yo. I listen to like everybody in State Property.
Okay.
I don't feel like they got enough attention, but the mainstream shit. Cass, what happened to him, man? Like I don't feel like he's the same at all.
Um, I no. What happened to him is he's still Cassidy. The problem is he is the same. He's exactly what you remember, but in 2020. It's like, here's an analogy. Did you ever see The Last Dragon, the John with Bruce Leroy? Okay.
Barry Gordy, yep.
Yeah, fire movie. If that movie had to go up against Avengers Endgame, it's going to look crazy. It's going to look, it's like, why? You could literally see that that's a green screen. Why? It's like, he didn't update to today's climate. Right. And that's why, bro, everybody's talking about wanting to see Conceited come back, right? And my thought process is this. If Khan were to come back, I want him to battle Cassidy or 40 Cal. That's who I want him to come back against. Everybody wants to
got to turn back into the problem, man.
The thing is, we don't know what Khan is going to look like right now. So if Khan comes back, what'd you say?
Like he's too far removed.
Yeah, he is. So if you have 2 people that are both far removed, now you're not looking for Rum Nitty level of punches. Everybody wants to see Khan versus Rum Nitty. Why? In 2021, because it ain't going to happen this year, it literally makes no sense. Rum Nitty is the best puncher in the game right now.
Like I'm not even looking for a Hitman to come back because he's been gone for so long.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while. I mean, what was his last battle? Bill, right? No, the 2-on-2. The Summer Impact.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I do want to see Hitman is that once a year guy.
He's a showman.
Yeah, exactly. So he had to come back in the crowd.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Hitman in this room. Not saying he can't do it, but that's not when I think Hitman. I think 2,000 people. I think rocking the big stage. You know what I'm saying? So,
real quick, who do you got, Geechee or Goods?
I got Goods. Geechee was just cussing me out yesterday. I got Goods. I just think that I want to see how Geechee is able to counteract. Goods is another one of those guys that he neutralizes. Yeah, he just neutralizes shit. So I want to see how that works out. But I won't be surprised if Geechee wins. Like I got Goods 55% to 45%.
Oh, last thing. I had Nicky Jam over Math. What about you?
Yeah, I did too. I also had Method Man over Math. Shout out to Legends Only.
Well, I did too.
Huh?
I did too.
Yeah. Shout out to Legends Only.
Meth over Math. Nikki surprised the hell out of me because I didn't know what to expect, so I didn't have expectations, but at the same time, I was like, wow.
Yeah. It just was, for me, it was just like, I couldn't believe it. Like I had Math over Nicky Jam. And it was just like, I know Nicky Jam's from the Latin culture as far as music. Like he had, as far as I know, 0 battle rap type experience. That direct, I'm gonna talk about you.
I knew he was gonna do something. He's been at it since like 14.
Okay. Yeah. Well.
But I think that's what Math is doing though. I think I don't expect Math to win. I mean, not because he's not nice. He's nice, but I think the guys that like Math and Nicky, like they're going at Math to prove something. I think Math is just spitting at him. You know what I mean? Like,
I think it's a showcase.
Like it's fun for him.
Right. It's a showcase.
For them to try to show that, yo, I can do this. And Math is just like, yeah, whatever. You're in my world. Like, have fun. Let's go.
Right. Exactly.
But it's a good show because I like that. I like both.
Yeah, me too. I think the concept is dope. Shout out to Math. Like Math has been finding ways to be innovative in a culture that you would think like, what else can be done? Yeah. You know what I mean? We've seen industry people come to rap at Math. Say, okay, let's take them. If they're not doing well on the stage or they don't want to, risk somebody going super personal and, talking about their baby mom or where they live, something like, let's put them in a setting that's controlled.
It's safe.
Yeah, exactly. Safe. That's the exact right word. Yeah. Like, and it's a showcase, we still get to see them. We get to see names that we know and admire from a different space do something that we love.
Yeah, I saw them on a live earlier. Supposedly they might be talking Misfit and Young M.A.
Oh, that'll be dope. That'll be dope.
Fine.
Okay.
I'm tuned in already.
Yeah, me too. Because fit is nice.
Yeah, I love fit.
Yeah.
All right, let me get you out of here because I know you got to do your thing. Do 4 questions off rip. First thing to come to your head. First question: if you weren't doing what you're doing, what would you be doing?
Playing my PS5.
You got the plug. I need that plug.
Word,
Second,
I'm still on 4, son. I'm still on 4.
4 still playing. Second question: who personally inspired you?
My older cousin, his name is Earl. He passed away like right after I graduated high school, but he was like a father figure. My dad was there, but not really. He was part-time dad. And sometimes you have cousins that are like brothers. Well, because he was older than me, he was more like a father figure. He's the one who taught me about girls. He took me when I had my first date. He took me to pick up the girl and took us to the movies, and told me about condoms and all that. So, yeah, he inspires me.
Earl.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Earl.
Yeah.
Third question: what's your favorite curse word?
My favorite curse word? Shit. Like, yeah, because there's so many ways you could use it. You know what I mean? Shout out to Senator Clay Davis. Shit.
All right, last question is: if you had a superpower, what would it be?
Probably invisibility, because I think with invisibility you could get away with anything because nobody would know it was you. So,
Man on this Hollow Man, son.
Yeah, man. Listen, people talk about like mind read. I think mind reading is dope. Ability to fly is dope. But
Thank you.
yeah, ability to fly is dope, man. I mean, because you can literally see the world. So, but fuck it, if I could disappear, I could hop on somebody else's plane every day I wanted to. Like,
I told him I need that Wolverine, that Deadpool shit. Like, you can stab me, you can do whatever you want, but I'm still here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. The regeneration powers. I'm with you on that. Yeah,
I
that
don't
makes
want
sense.
that type of smoke in my life. All right. So
Yeah, right. Yeah, and I want to disappear. Damn, you that mad that you want to stab me? Be right back. Poof. Like.
All right, Rook, give us a wrap up. Then we'll let you wrap it up, Anwar, and then I'll wrap it up.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, man. I appreciate y'all for having me, man. I really do.
Go ahead, Rook.
Yo, thank you for your time, for real. You're doing big things. We're clearly trying to do big things, and yeah, this next generation got some hitters, and I'm glad that Chance, reeled me back into the battle rap game.
Okay. Yeah, well, listen, again, thank y'all for having me, man. Like, it's dope. Rook, there's a lot out there, man, too. And shout out to URL. Obviously, they're the biggest battle rap league out there, but don't be afraid to look at some of the smaller ones. You're in New York. I Battle, OSBL, and Body Bag Battle League have an event coming up next weekend, the 19th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. Some dope names on there who you might not have heard of because they haven't reached that status yet. But shout out to King Jables, Rebuttal That is on the card. Somebody else on the card I want to see. I can't remember. That's fucked up. But don't be afraid to look outside of URL. Just Google crazy rap battles and see what comes to mind nowadays.
All right.
Rook, you know what it is. Can't do it without you, bro. Love is love. Anwar, all I can say is you're mad humble. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, Chance. And my bad for taking so long too. My bad.
Now you good because, like I was gonna say, like I know the platform you're on, so I know what it is, and I know when certain people are on that platform how they act because I've been in that industry. So to be humble and to do this for us, I really appreciate it. So this is why we do it. It's the grind and the humble, bringing everyone together. So we all appreciate it, and you already know what it is. Make sure you catch them battles. Make sure you get champion. You want to plug your joint account?
Yeah. Make sure if y'all not, make sure y'all tuned in. Subscribe to Champion on YouTube. It's JBlack1615. Rita and I have a YouTube channel where we've been posting up all our relationship Thursdays and our caffeine account. It's the Anwar and Rita show, A&R show on YouTube. 15 Minutes of Fame, Uncle Rod and them. And shout out to Mav Hoffa, my expert opinion as well, man. One of my favorite shows on YouTube, man.
We're gonna try to get him too, but we're gonna put all that shit in the description box so you can follow everything. You can keep up with Anwar, so you already know what it is.
Appreciate y'all.
Tatted ladies and ladies only in small bikinis. They see my tatted body, now they say I'm with the